So are you hearing feedback from your manager like, you take things too personally? And suddenly you're not thinking about the report that you are working on because now you're too busy thinking about that piece of feedback that you've been getting since you were young, and it's no longer feedback, it's a personal attack. Hi, I'm Josephine from Guided Resignation, where we help corporate professionals reclaim their clarity, confidence, and career direction. In the Performance Improvement playlist, I break down the professional development books managers love to assign so you can skip the pressure of reading and go straight into applying what matters. And this week's book is The Subtle Art of Not Giving a F Word by Mark Manson. Despite the title, it's not about caring less. It's about caring more intentionally, choosing what's worth your time, attention, and emotional energy, and letting go of the rest. The goal? Less overwhelm, more focus, and a lot less emotional wear and tear from things you can't control. Sometimes feedback is clear and constructive, and other times it's vague enough to send you into a spiral. If you've heard feedback like, you worry too much, that just means that you might be overanalyzing instead of acting. Or you take things too personally, which can mean you're treating work feedback like it's a personal review of you, not just your deliverables. And you freeze under pressure, which translates to your brain might be hitting a pause button when stakes are high. Or you personalize too many things, which basically says you're linking work challenges to your own worth. This doesn't mean that you're broken. It means the way that you process input is costing you energy, and that's something you can change. Here are some core ideas from the book and how it can relate to your work. Number 1, responsibility. Own your reactions even when the situation isn't yours to fix. You can control if a project's scope changes or if someone else's mistake slows you down. But what you can do and what you can control is your next move. So instead of silently being upset when a teammate misses a deadline, you might document the impact and propose a new timeline. And this keeps you in action mode instead of reaction mode. Number 2, accept being wrong because mistakes aren't a character flaw. Because we all get it wrong sometimes. So maybe you missed a detail or you found that your first solution didn't land. The most respected people in the workplace aren't perfect. They're the ones who can say, hey, this is where I was off track and here's how I'm going to adjust without going into self-doubt. And number 3, embrace failure. Discomfort is a teacher and not a punishment. Presentation falls flat or your idea gets shut down, it's not proof that you're wrong. It's just data. So use this data and ask yourself, what did I learn about how I communicate, prepare, or adapt? And this is a lesson that you can take to the next time. Number 4, practice rejection. Not every single opinion belongs on your priority list. When you get feedback that's vague, irrelevant, or about someone else's preference instead of your own actual performance, a simple, hey, thanks for sharing, I'll consider that. We'll just acknowledge it without turning it into a personal mission. And number 5, reflect on your perspective, which means room for resilience. Because when you zoom out, most workplace moments are just that. They're just moments. Will this missed deadline or awkward meeting matter in 5 years' time? Probably not. And realizing that frees up your energy for the things that will matter. So how do you apply all of this into your development plan? This isn't about ignoring feedback or being detached. It's about learning how to filter feedback so that your energy stays where it's most useful. So pause before reacting. Take a moment, and that could be up to a day before responding to feedback that feels personal. Number 2, ask for clarity. Could you share a specific example? Which then helps turn that vague feedback into something more actionable for you. Number 3, reframe the comment. So if you're hearing, for example, you take things too personally, it just means I invested in my work. So how can I focus that investment where it makes the biggest difference? And lastly, focus on relevant input. So give weight to feedback connected to your actual goals and success measures. Not all feedback is going to be relevant. So in your day-to-day, find those little challenging moments, especially the uncomfortable ones, and apply some of these tips. That's going to be real-time development for you. and over time, it will help you improve. If this feels like the skill you've been needing, watch my video on creating an impactful individual development plan. It's going to help you define how to put all of the feedback you've received into something that works. So, in summary, you stop trying to manage every single opinion and start focusing on the ones that matter. Feedback becomes fuel. It's not meant to be draining. It's about creating space for your best work without carrying the weight of everyone else's expectations. And that's it for this time. Thanks for watching.